Hello friends, Marcy here, and I am going to try to make a video without a cough or sniffle. I'm feeling so much better, and I'm glad you are here to join me. I'm going to try to do a currently inked. I just never do them. I always have pens inked, but they're everywhere, all over the place, and I have to collect them together to be able to do this. Another thing is I have like two fountain pen lives. I have fountain pens that I carry at and use at work, and then I have fountain pens that I carry and use at home. So I don't know, it's a struggle. To start with, I want to show you. This is my little Galen leather. It's a 5 pen case, and it has a little notebook in it. Sometimes, yes, I also carry the everyday book in here as well, doubled up, and it fits two notebooks very well with the 5 pens. This is just a sticker that a student gave me. So it's an old, very fine grid, and I use it to record things throughout the day. And I like fine nib pens for that, for the fine grid on the Tomoe River paper. But jumping right in, I want to talk about these 5 pens that I've carried through the month of December. Some carryover. These were carryover from November. And then I also have pens that I carry in my planner book. Um, these these are kind of just pocket pens. Also, this one is not in my planner book. It's usually hanging on a lanyard or my collar. I carry this a lot. This one's usually on my desktop. That's a Kaweco per KO. These were 2 late editions that I used at the last week of school. This one I inked with one of the Diamine inks, and this one was just a new purchase that came in right at the end of our school days. So I just shared a new pen day on this one, but it's almost empty. I'm gonna have to re-ink it soon, and I'll be changing the inks on that. But of course, this is Platinum Preppy with the cartridge, and it's just an inexpensive pen that I can tote around anywhere. But first, let's get into, oh, and this one is empty. It does have a cartridge, and I'm going to flush and fill it, wash this out today. So it is not currently inked, but it's always inked. I mean, normally it's a daily driver at school. Another one that I carry on my lanyard. But let me move these out of the way and bring in this. Let's see how to say this. It's Nimacine. It's A5, and these were from Goulet pens in a sailor bundle that I purchased a few years ago. But to start with, I want to look at, this is a Kaweco student. Let me show you what I like about these. See how easily that clip would glide over this elastic. These Kaweco clips, which are separately added, they do not. They kind of push and stretch. So I turn those around and push them in like this. This one does not have a clip. That's a Gold Spot exclusive. But I like the little Kawecos in this pouch. I just had to stop and appreciate this clip on the Kaweco student pen. This is the, let's see, the 20s Jazz in brown. And it does have a medium, very tiny Kaweco nib. And it is inked with, these nibs are just fabulous. Of course, this is a medium. It's very smooth. It is inked with Robert Oster Coffee Date. So, Kaweco student. And this was a purchase I made a couple years ago from Jet Pens. 20s Jazz. This nib does have a story, but I'll save that for another video. This is the brown edition in a medium nib. So we have Robert Oster Coffee Date. There we go. And next up, there are several colors of these. There's some solid colors, and then there's a clear one, and there's also a one with the blue cap and one with the orange cap. And I don't remember the year, theme, or names of them, but I'm just totally satisfied with the two that I have. They are meeting the purpose. Love the colors. All right, and this one, Kaweco, is a fine nib. It is in the theme name 60s Swing. And it's the green. And it is inked with Sailor Shikiori Rikiucha, which performs, I like to matchy-matchy my inks and pens, so performs very well in this pen. Shikiori Riki. I'm checking the spelling to see what if my letters I'm putting down are correct, because you never know. Very nice performance at school with these pens. All right, and then I added, I'm going to pull these two out. I added these for the holidays, Christmas colors. These are CAO Sport collections, and I'm going to start with this one because I know this one has, this is just a juicy double broad nib, and again, it's that tiny little cute little CAO nib, but it is inked with a new ink from the 2024 Diamine Inkvent, and it is called Cranberry, which is a gorgeous sheener. It says the standard ink, but it goes down red and then it appears to dry with this green, golden green sheen. It's just gorgeous. So, CAO Sport. And I believe the colorway name is Bordeaux. I don't know. I'll look that up. But for now, I'm just going to record. It is a double broad nib, and it's Diamine Inkvent. '24 Cranberry. And I want you to see, as this is drying, you can already see the golden green sheen appearing here on the ink. So let me double check that. Okay, yes, I just looked it up and it was Bordeaux. Okay, and next up, another one that I chose. This is just green. Just all it says is green. I do have another one that's called olive green, but this one is just a broad nib, and it is inked with another Inkvent ink called Mint Twist. This ink reminded me very much of Diamine Soft Mint as the base color, but then it does have this shimmer in it. So I had clogging issues with this just about every day as I would pull this out to write with it. It would clog and not write, and I would just go run the nib under the tap just a bit to rinse it out. But that gorgeous shimmer would settle in there. And green. So I would satisfactorily have to find a new pen to use this in, and then go back to one of the others that I had previously used. This is Diamine. The shimmer is just gorgeous. Actually, I was kind of expecting a hard start here on this little project. Mint Twist. Yeah, it's surprisingly performing beautifully today. But I just love playing with inks that have sheening and shading and shimmering properties. They're just fun. Okay, and this is Royal Amethyst, a CAO Sport. It is a Gold Spot exclusive. Exclusive meaning you could only purchase it from them. And I love these little CAOs. I love pocket pens, and this one, I didn't post the others. This one I'll just post and let you see how that fits in my hand. But I'm comfortable with writing with the CAO Sports unposted. And Royal Amethyst is the colorway name. And this one is just medium, just a medium. I am going to note that is a Gold Spot exclusive here. So the ink is a CAO cartridge. Let me show you that. I purchased a pack of 6 cartridges, and the color is summer purple, and this one has recently been replaced because it was written dry. It's kind of easy just to replace the cartridges at work rather than using the ink bottles. So CAO cartridge. In summer purple. Okay, looking good. So that is the 5 pens that travel with me as I go around my campus in my little notebook and get another case. I do have the pens here in my planner book. I'm going to pull these out. I'm not going to swatch. Well, you can swatch this one. I'm not going to swatch the little Platinum Preppy. This one is literally a pocket pen. It travels with me in my pocket. It is a One-Sci mini, and it does have a screw-on cap so that it turns into a pocket pen size, like the CAO uncapped, unposted, I should say. So this one is, it has Lebon scented ink, and it is very pleasant to use. This is a fine nib, so my ink lasts quite a bit longer in here. One-Sci mini with fine. This is Lebon scented. And it's called Parfum Rose. Very pleasant to write with because I enjoy that scent. And a fabulous pocket pen. So these are from my planner. Again, I will not swatch this one. We'll see it later as it gets reinked. This one has been a recent acquisition, very fun to use. Again, it was a recent new pen day video. It is a SCHAER. I think it's VFM. It has a number. It's not the SCHAER 100. This one is the torpedo shape, which is very close in size to the Pilot Metropolitan and the Pelican Jazz, which I will do a comparison video on these pens later. They slide easily into the elastics because of the slender size. But let's look at SCHAER. And it is the coffee edition, which is so much fun. This is such a smooth nib. It is a medium. It is inked with Colorverse. Coffee break. Having so much fun with these pens and inks. Okay, I'm going to Go to this one. This is the Narwhal Lavender Tetra, and I purchased this colorway specifically for using at school. Purple's not my personal favorite color, but it is our school spirit colors, and so when I'm purchasing these fun purple pens, it is to have fun and make a statement at school. Because I always wear a fountain pen either on my shirt collar or my lanyard, and I carry them with me everywhere in my little leathers. So we are, excuse me, I was looking at SCHAER. I'm going to write NARWHAL, which was the previous name. It is now Novular. Lavender Tetra. And this one is a fine nib, and it is inked with Palette Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikubu. I have this ink performs very well in this pen, and I've re-inked it 3 times, which is it has a nice ink capacity because it is a vacuum filler. I have to stop talking so I can write. Palette Iroshizuku, and now I have to look at spelling. Murasaki Shikubu. But this pen keeps getting re-inked with the same ink because they are a wonderful pairing, work very well together, and this ink dries quickly on my papers at school, so I don't worry much about smearing. And it does have the portion that I can close off on the vac fill. Novular. And then let's just look at these like honorable mentions. They haven't been everyday carries for me at school. This one is it's either carried in my pocket or on a lanyard, or it's on my desk, or shirt collar. And this is a Mahjong Q1, and it's extra fine, which if you have an extra fine nib and an ink capacity on a barrel this size, the ink lasts forever. This is Palette Iroshizuku. Yamabudo. Wonderful. And I keep re-inking this pen with the same ink because it's just a wonderful pairing. Okay, this just traveled with me to school a few days at the end, right before holiday. And it is the new Opus 88 Mini. In Sakura Cherry Blossom. It is a fine nib. You can see the spring and the flex that this fine nib has when I push down. It's not like to force it, but I can get a nice line width variation on that. And it is inked with Sailor Shikiori. I'm looking at my box because again I have to peek how to spell this. Sakura Mori. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Such a fun pen, and it's gorgeous. This was recently inked. I was going through some of my ink pen stash and looking at pens that I haven't touched in quite a while, and this was one. This is the Lebon 325 in Wisteria Purple. It is an extra fine, but look at the size of this nib. It is humongous. Let me put it up next to a Kaweco. Okay, look at this monster up close. It is a huge nib, and the nib is very enjoyable to use. It is a fine point, and it is a very firm nib, no flex or bending at all. I haven't used it in a while, and I was considering even, should I even be keeping this pen that I'm not using? Because I do have the same pen in, this is called Sakura, again, the cherry blossom. And it has a fine nib, where this one is extra fine, this one's fine. But they're both gorgeous pens, and I just never reach for them. I don't often use them. So I had to purposely, intentionally bring this one out. And I was doing the Diamine ink vent, and I found this gorgeous ink called Potpourri. It was day 20 on the ink vent, but I wanted to try the purple ink. I almost put it in the pink one, the Sakura. But here we are experiencing Wisteria Purple, experiencing it in the purple one. Because I like to matchy-matchy my pens. And Diamine. Ink vent. Potpourri. All right. So that is fountain pens that I've been using at work in the month of December. They've all been very enjoyable. Some were used more than others. These were just added on right at the last week. But yeah, I have fun at work with my pens. Now I will move on to create another video and show you the fountain pens that I have currently inked at home. So another one coming up. We'll see you in a bit. Thanks for spending your precious moments with me. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.